What's up guys, Boyzilla here, your certified nightmare dealer. And listen, if you're planning to sleep peacefully in 2026, you might want to skip this video, because PlayStation is about to turn your living room into a full-blown scream factory. We're talking about Leon Kennedy coming out of retirement with a chainsaw, twins holding hands while ghosts absolutely lose their minds trying to murder them, a Little Nightmares co-op experience that's going to have you looking over your shoulder. Pre-orders are popping, demos are dropping, and if you love jumping out your skin so hard you hit the ceiling, brother, this is your year. So grab your controller, kill the lights, lock your doors and grab your headphones because we're about to count down the top 15 PS5 and PS4 horror games that are gonna own 2026. So let's jump into it. Alright, we're kicking this list off with one of the most delayed games in horror history. Frogware's The Sinking City is finally coming to PS5 in the first half of 2026. And honestly, after all these years of wasting, this thing better deliver. It's 1920s Arkham, except it's been completely flooded. Like, imagine Venice, but instead of gondolas, you're navigating cosmic madness on boats while Lovecraftian horror circles underneath you. This is a third-person survival horror meets detective work. You're crafting weapons, you're fighting tentacle monsters that defy description, your sanity is literally melting, and when it does, the screen warps, reality bends, and you're not sure what's real anymore. The best part, you don't need to have played the first game, this is a standalone story. Pure eldritch cosmic dread cranked to 11. If you're the type of person who gets off on an atmospheric, mind-bending horror that makes you question your own reality, this flooded nightmare is built for you. Real quick, found footage horror is back. Digital Cyber Cherries is dropping Paranormal Tales on PS5 and PS4 sometime in 2026, and the whole vibe is pure analog dread. Imagine scrolling through someone's final moments, phone footage, body cam recordings, dash cam footage from their last drive. You're piecing together what actually happened to these people while shadows creep closer and jump scares hit like a truck. Here's the kicker, there's no combat, you can't fight back. All you can do is watch, piece it together and feel that creeping sense of paranoia that something's watching you through the screen. Replayable stories, multiple endings, that whole "is this footage real" vibe that makes you check your own security cameras at 3 AM. If you're into PT style tension or VHS horror, this one is happening in your nightmares soon. Okay, this one hits different. BrokenLore Unfollow is dropping on PS5 January the 16th, like literally days from now, and it's basically a commentary on social media toxicity, wrapped in psychological horror. You're playing as Anne, a teenager whose online presence spirals into actual nightmare fuel. Her memories transform into twisted pursuers, her phone flashlight becomes a survival tool, and the entire game is about controlling the manifestations of online bullying and digital abuse. This isn't just a jump scare game, this is emotional, the 2 hours that will absolutely wreck you. Think Silent Hill meets Black Mirror, like someone looked at toxic Twitter threads and said, what if we turn this into a psychological horror game? No combat, pure evasion, pure dread. It's short but absolutely devastating. It's the kind of game that will stay with you. If you're already thinking twice about your social media feed, this game is gonna make you delete your account. Metric Survival Chaos baby. Booba Team's I Hate This Place drops on PS5 January the 29th, and it looks absolutely unhinged. You're Elena. You're trapped in a warped 80s comic book nightmare ruled by a literal horned demon. Mutant spiders everywhere, cultists hunting you, and reality itself is glitching out. But here's what makes it terrifying. Audio cues are everything. You need your headphones cranked up because directional sound is the difference between life and death. You hear a creature scuttling behind you, you better move. Crafting weapons, building bases, managing resources, and permadeath tension. The psychosis visuals that will make you question what's even real anymore. If you've ever played Darkwood and thought, I need this to be more chaotic, this is your game. Okay, this is for the old school horror fans. Isaruna is bringing back that Parasite Eve energy with a turn-based survival horror RPG called Parasite Mutant on PS5, and the demo is already out. You're playing as Nova, a psionic agent on a ghost island fighting evolving mitochondria mutants. And yeah, it sounds niche as hell, but hear me out. Turn-based combat, pre-rendered backgrounds that look like PS1 graphics, but they've got this 2026 lighting that makes them feel alive. You're scanning enemies for weaknesses, you're customizing your powers, you're losing your mind slowly as reality warps around you. It's 20 plus hours of creeping dread, boss transformations that will catch you off guard, deep lore about bioweapon conspiracies. If you missed the Resident Evil games that actually had story and atmosphere, this revival is calling your name. The lore is swinging us into a psychic territory with the Occultist on PS5, and this thing has Alan Wake meets the Medium vibes but makes it creepier. You're a paranormal investigator exploring the haunted British island turned into a twisted carnival. Your weapon? A psychic pendulum. You literally mind control ghouls. You conduct seances. You uncover dark secrets buried in the ground. AAA visuals, ritual puzzles, branching investigations, and 8 to 10 hours of escalating occult dread where every choice matters. The atmosphere in this game is thick, like you can feel the ritual circles drawing tighter around you. If psychic powers in horror gets you hyped, or you dig supernatural mystery solving with a side of essential dread, this occultist journey is waiting for you. Real talk, if you haven't played Amnesia or Soma, you're missing out on some of the most thoughtful horror ever made. And now Ritual Games, the legends behind those games, are coming to PS5 with Ontus. Zero combat, zero. This is pure puzzle exploration wrapped in essential dread. You're a DT Amani, uncovering your father's secrets at this moon-based hotel, the Samsara, and the deeper you dig, the more reality just breaks. The atmosphere in this game is suffocating. Dynamic lighting hiding cosmic horrors, the kind of narrative depth that have you questioning existence itself when the credits roll. Multiple endings, hours of psychological unraveling. Frictional Games doesn't make jump scare games, they make mind break games. If you want horror that will haunt you philosophically for weeks, bookmark this one. Okay, this one's genius. Blumhouse is twisting the cozy farming vibe into paranoid nightmare fuel with Grave Seasons on PS5. Imagine Stardew Valley. You're settling into Ashen Ridge, you're planting crops, you're making friends, you're romancing villagers. Except, one of them is a random supernatural slasher every single playthrough, and you have to figure out who before they murder everyone you love. You're investigating bodies, you're farming by day, investigating by night. One wrong romance option and game over. The procedural kills keeps things fresh, you never know who's next, and the dark humour mixed with actual tension. Mwah, chef's kiss. Cozy horror fans, this subversion gem is about to ruin peaceful farming for you forever, in the best possible way. Blumhouse and Vermila just teamed up for something utterly unhinged. Crisol, Theatre of Islands on PS5 Q1 2026. Slow, methodical RE7 style movement through Nightmare Spain. You can't jump, you can't run fast, your guns require literal blood to fire, every shot costs you. Limb shots, dismemberment finishes, a Bioshock aesthetic meets blasphemy lore, think religious horror meets visceral action, 12 hours of you bleeding every single bullet. Idle bosses arenas, sacrifice upgrades. The closer you get to death, the more desperate your combat becomes. This isn't a shooter that happens to have horror themes, this is horror translated into brutal gunplay. The gore-soaked stage waiting, welcome to the theatre of blood. Alright hardcore Hellraiser fans, this one is for you. Saber Interactive is resurrecting Pinhead himself for an FPS survival horror called Hellraiser Revival on PS5. And yes, Doug Bradley is returning as a Cenobite Lord. You're Aiden, you're harnessing actual artifacts against hordes of Cenobite legions. This isn't just demons running at you, these are gory, sensual, intelligent creatures hunting you through dimensional rifts. Gory chases like Resident Evil Village, puzzle box mechanics that actually matter, hook chain combat that's absolutely brutal, environmental hazards designed to eviscerate you. 15 hours of sadistic symphony, solve the box or suffer in ways you can't even imagine. Fans of practical body horror, demon designs, and Clive Barker's specific vibe, this revival is pure pleasure and pain. Solve it or suffer. Supermassive's back with Dark Pictures Directive 8020 on PS5 and PS4. first half of 2026. And this time, they're taking the assembled slasher to space. Your crew is tapped on Thai City F dealing with alien horrors. Think Alien meets Dead Space, but it's a branching narrative where every choice matters. Turning points, QTE survival sequences, multiple endings depending on who lives and who dies. Do you betray a crew member to survive? Do you sacrifice yourself? The mocap acting is stellar, you actually care about these people. It's got 5 to 7 hours per playthrough, last gen and current gen support. It's basically Until Dawn in space. Your crew's fate is entirely in your hands, your choices, your survival. Okay, this one is wild. Illphonic, the absolute legends behind Friday the 13th, the game, are dropping Halloween the game on PS5 September the 8th. And here's the hook. You can be Michael Myers. Stealth kills, execution animations, that's 70s horror glory translated into gaming. Single player story campaign where you hunt in Haddonfield, plus 4 versus 1 multiplayer where survivors set traps and you, as the shape, hunt them down. Dynamic NPCs, evolving town maps, gruesome finishing moves. This isn't some cash grab license game, this is a love letter to the Halloween franchise with actual gameplay depth. Friday the 13th fans, this is what we've been waiting for. Chaos, terror, the perfect slasher game. Run or stab, September awaits. Okay, real talk. Tarsier Studios, the absolute masters of adorable meets terrifying, are bringing co-op horror to PS5 with Reanimal, dropping February the 13th, and the demo is out right now. 2 orphans, a creepy boat, fairy tale wastelands that are absolutely nightmare fuel. Local split screen co-op, you and a buddy experiencing this together. Collect masks, stealth sections, puzzle solving while grotesque monsters try to end you. 6 to 8 hours of you and your friends screaming at the same TV. And if you pre-order, you get a special fox head mask. Little Nightmares fans, Tarsier just said, "Hold my beer," and made the creatures even scarier. Grab a buddy, double the panic, half the sanity's remaining, and the puppet just got much scarier. This next one is a masterpiece remake. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly gets the full PS5 upgrade on March the 12th, and the pre-orders are live. And this is the PS2 legend remade for 2026. Twins Maya and Mayu are lost in a ghost-infested village. Your only weapon, the camera obscura, and they've upgraded it. New zoom mechanics, photo filters, shutter effects that actually matter. But here's what makes this special. You're holding your sister's hand throughout. The bond between them is the entire game. Haunt her or hold her, one wrong move, one moment of inattention, and she's gone. Upgraded shadows, enhanced possessions, and sudden grabs that make you drop your controller. The original was a masterpiece. This remake is transcendent. It's 10 hours of Japanese horror perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, the one you've all been waiting for, Resident Evil Requiem, PS5 coming on February the 27th. Capcom just dropped Leon Kennedy back into action with confirmed chainsaw combat. This isn't a spin-off, this is the mainline horror sequel. FBI agent Grace Ashcroft is investigating biological outbreaks in Renwood and Raccoon City. But here's the genius part. The game switches between first person and third person. Grace's sections are horror focused, claustrophobic, terrifying. Then you switch to Leon and it's badass action. 2 completely different vibes in just one game. 30 years of franchise history colliding. Dual protagonists, choice driven storylines, RE4 remake tension meets fresh nightmare fuel. 20 plus hours of pure Resident Evil perfection. This is the game 2026 was built for. RE9 is about to own the entire year. February the 27th, lock it in. Mark your calendar. Tell your family you're not leaving the house for days. Alright guys, that is your PlayStation horror apocalypse for 2026. Real talk, which one of these is your number 1 pick? Drop it in the comments, I'm dying to know. Smash that like if you're sleeping with the lights on tonight. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because we've got more nightmare listing coming. 2026 is the year horror owns PlayStation. Stay spooky survivors, and I'll catch you in the next one.